I think we're back. I think I'm back. So, okay. I will switch us over then in. Oh, they hear me at least. So yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's not do the Nuzlocke delay. Let's refresh these streams. Hide the ads.
Ooh, scary.
Together, we can get out of here.
Um.
He's right, it's Monty. So am I.
The new mutants. That was so hot.
But yes, really sorry about that. Barren Forest crashed my internet, I guess.
Not Barren Forest, double Barren Forest.
Double Barren Forest, yes.
It was too much.
So this is actually like the most interesting barren forest I've ever seen in my life, because Oximan used Scarecrow Song to get on top of the courtyard in Forest and went straight to do Green Poe. I've never even seen that. I didn't know that was a thing that you could do.
Listen, my internet crashed, so I couldn't see it. As Sean, thank you for raiding with your party of 7. But yeah, I did not see that, and I wouldn't have known that either.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know if it's actually faster or not, but it's cool.
So because of that crash, the restream, the people watching the stream, and I missed Barren Forest Temple. Was there anything that happened whilst we were gone? Like, anything at all?
Just the interesting route by Oximan. I think maybe that lets you skip some keys. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe because Oximan seems like he's keeping some chests here. He might have his boss key already. I didn't notice that. So he might be confident that he has everything to beat first.
So yeah, not really much to talk about during a Barren Forest Temple, because we've got 5 to 10 minutes of just watching them clear through a barren dungeon that takes ages.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like
Oh,
Oxy is there's a bomb locks bomb bag there.
Yeah.
that's your Barren Forest. Oh my god.
Something, it's just locked, and it's bombs.
It's a nice refill at least.
Well, a nice refill, getting a few more bombs if you feel you may want or need them. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out that because of Caesar adventures in Water Temple, we have a close race again.
Yeah.
Actually, we can say that Oximan has a pretty nice lead right now. I think maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's the Water Temple flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Caesar, he checked Central Pillar and bailed. He didn't even check the locked chest, which, like we were saying, if you are hunting for items, you rushing them should be like maybe a priority. So yeah, hopefully he's not punished for that, but we'll have to see it later.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think maybe he should have bailed after Morpha.
Yeah.
Because going back to lower the water again, just to do that one check, seems like it's pretty inefficient. But at the same time, at least he didn't like invest so much time in water that it became all or nothing, where it's like, well, if Dins is in water, I win, and if it's not, then I'm so far behind that everywhere else is a loss. He cut his losses, and now we're still pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the only the other factor that can like potentially we can potentially lose the closeness of this race is the skulls factor, I think, because Oximan, I don't see him or them not turning those 20 skulls right after Forest. So if Dins is there, it's pretty huge for him. Also, I didn't see if Oximan kept collecting skulls in Forest. I don't know if still pushing for those lands.
I mean, pushing for the lens is... It's a nice safety backup. It also,
Yeah.
you know, what if it is on treasure chest minigame?
It's definitely very safe. I don't think it's a bad idea just to grab the skulls in Forest, especially with long shot. There's basically no time investment to grab all 5, so nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think going all the way up to 30 for lens is maybe a little bit too safe, but if it ends up being right, then he's going to look like a genius, so don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
So
That is a
sorry.
nice Phantom Ganon fight for Oximan.
Yeah, nice 2-cycle there. No issues with getting the crouch stab timings. That's something that I even mess up frequently, so well done getting that done without any real issues.
yes, one Baron Forest done. The other one is almost done here, so maybe we'll have more things to talk from now on.
Yeah.
Thank God we had that stream crash.
Timely crash.
It was a very tight... Yeah, I don't want my internet to crash at all whilst I'm restreaming. If it had to crash, it's got to be during Double Baron Forest Temple.
Okay, so Oximan indeed going to turn in his 20 skulls.
Mm-hmm.
So, moment of truth in like 30 seconds. Did we have a bet for 20 skulls?
I can check the bet. Yes,
We definitely did.
we definitely had someone bet.
Oh. Okay.
No dice for my bad.
No dice.
Oh, okay. And straight to Spirit, it seems.
Spirit is an interesting
Yeah.
play. It's a stone, but also may, you have the item to be able to do it. It's a gamble. You've also got the fairy fountain here that can be done.
Yeah. I think Caesar did this earlier, and it was nothing because he did reverse to DPG.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty likely that Caesar is going to Spirit right after Phantom Ganon too. So this race can go anywhere from now on.
Yeah, it's going to be really close, I think. I think it may just come down to execution from here on out, because they're going to be basically entering Spirit at about the same time after this Phantom Ganon fight. Oh no, missing the crouch stabs there, so losing a little bit of time. Hopefully Phantom Ganon cooperates.
Yeah, that's not cooperating a lot. Come on, PG.
No, we missed the last one. Oh. And Oximan looks like he's reversing. Is he just going to check Haunted Wasteland, I guess?
You got
Yeah, I
check
think so.
Wasteland. You could probably also check horseback archery at this point.
I don't think he can because I don't think he opened the gate. So if he tries to go all the way to GTG, I think he's going to be locked out.
No, he didn't open the gate. Ooh.
So nice job by Caesar recovering and getting PG down. And now it's up to him to make his next play. We'll see what he chooses to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, save and reset.
Um.
Oh, I think Caesar might be thinking about domain. He didn't do it yet. But at this point, it's like Spirit has way too many checks for you to be leaving that.
Yeah, I would probably be tempted to do Spirit Temple, or push 30 skulls.
Well, I think what's going to happen here is Caesar is saying, if adult is key locked, then I want to just do child first to make sure that I can do all of adult spirit in one go, and maybe I'll throw in domain while I'm child as well.
Oh no, Oximan is reversing to the end. Oh my god.
Oh no. He's about to find a gate blocking his progress. This has happened to everybody once. It's going to be really frustrating when it happens in a big tournament match for him, but he's gonna remember this one for a while.
Yep, there it is. Oh, damn. Well, right back to Spirit, at least.
Yeah, at least do Spirit Temple. Find out if you are child locked in Spirit.
Yeah, honestly, this could be the classic mistaken optimization, because I think doing HBA is a pretty slow check, and so getting locked out of there may end up saving him time.
Especially if you accidentally do 1500, because we disable 1500 horseback archery in Scrubs. And if you get 1500, then you get both prizes if you do it in the first go, in the same vein as the Dumpe race.
And so we had a question in chat about Child Spirit being Way of the Hero, but we actually already know that Requiem is Way of the Hero just for Bolero, in a wild chain of logic where Bolero is required for the scale that was in the crater, which ultimately led to the hookshot on Diving Game, which ultimately led to DCG access for the hover boots. So through that convoluted chain, we know that Requiem is Way of the Hero for that. It could also still be required for Child Spirit as well, but
Yeah.
there's no way to know whether it's Way of the Hero for one reason or two reasons.
All we know is that it is definitely Requiem Spirit that is Way of the Hero there, and the Iron Boots are just a nice complimentary prize.
So Scissor is doing 20 skulls, and even though this ended up being dead, I think this is actually a really good play, considering that CAC is double Way of the Hero, and there's only been like 2 or 3 things that have shown up there that have been useful. And even though it's not going to pay off, I think he's got the right mindset here to make sure that 20 skulls is nothing before committing to something major and then have your go mode just actually end up being in like the double way of the hero location, and something that's very likely to be checked by your opponent.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we also saw by Oximan that Spirit is indeed child locked. So, well, it seems that he's really wants to do that HBA check, so he's going for it.
Now the question is, do you climb? Would you climb as child or do you climb as adult? Because you have fire arrows and magic, so you can do the child stuff as an adult.
Yeah, if it's me, I'm climbing as adult every time.
Yeah, me too.
I would be tempted to climb as adult as well, because you can do everything as an adult currently in Spirit Temple once you get that key from child side.
Yeah, I think the only reason for doing child in this situation is like if you don't have a fire source, which they have by fire arrows, because by logic you can easily have Deans or a fire source locked in those fire checks.
Yep.
And let's go by child if you have all the keys available. But besides that, if I have the two strengths, I prioritize adult, and as a last resort, I go back as a child to do the first two checks.
Yeah, I think that's solid. There is one other reason that might make you climb, although it doesn't really apply to this seed. If you were looking for an item that ends up being used in a child dungeon, like, for example, Rudo's Letter or Boomerang, if you were to find that as child, it would end up being a little more efficient because you wouldn't have to change your age again before using it. So, unfortunately, this is Din, so that doesn't really apply here.
Well, I'd like to hold the phone right now because CesarMartins just left Spirit. They're pushing skulls.
Yeah, he's been
The 30?
pretty indecisive here. I don't know.
Maybe the thought process is, I want 30. It's useful to have the Spirit anyway, but what if it's treasure chest minigame? That's probably what's their thought process in.
So I don't know if Cesar is aware of this, but if there's a hint that is a specific location that is hinted, it is always excluded from being like hinted as a way of the hero item. So CAC double way of the hero could never be pointing towards lens because the 30 skull hint is a hint that already exists that's pointing out where the lens is. So I'm not sure if he's considering that or kind of what is leading to this.
I'm pretty sure he knows about that. I just don't know if he's thinking about that right now. As I said before, might be some nerves affecting his thought process. And one thing that Caesar does have against him, like he really gets like affected when he's nervous, or maybe he's thinking that he's very, very behind right now, and he starts to think that he has to do some risky checks to be able to get back into the match. And this might be coming to his head right now. So yeah, maybe that's the explanation, but I'm not quite sure if it's that or if he's just like prioritizing because he wants to.
Yeah, no, I think you might be onto something. I think it may be that water temple dip that made him think that he's pretty far behind. But that's always the danger of metagaming too much. He's actually in fine shape. They're both running around looking for this Dins, and it looks like Oximan is going to do big pose. I'm not sure what else they could be with Epona.
I want to say this is a big pose play, which is an interesting play. We haven't yet checked it, and yes, it's a solo check as opposed to doing Spirit Temple, but you can do it now before you turn child. It's not the worst play in the world.
Oh, he got it. Yes.
That is a nice. That was nicely done. Yeah, we can do big pose, then turn child, do child checks, and then go from there.
Caesar cleaning up that Crater Fairy. It's a good thing to have off your mind. So it seems pretty clear that wherever this Dins is, it's not going to be directly hinted by a way of the hero location, unless it ends up actually being in water. So it's on these runners to track it down, and we're running out of kind of the obvious locations.
Yep. Running out of checks, running out of...
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, there is a chance that Caesar might be doing this tech right now. Let's see if he calls Epona here.
Oh my gosh, if this is his chance. He's got to do it right now or this is going to get out of hand.
If this is it, this will be so close. Oh my god, he's playing the ocarina. Oh no!
Yeah, no winners with our bet, but the closest or funniest was actually the rookie with somewhere behind an item they must find first.
It's really interesting that it shows up there, because basically this the layout of the items is very sequential according to the logic. The deepest thing in logic in the seed was Epona's, because Epona's is locked behind the Strength 1 that we found in GTG, because it's locked behind Fire Temple. Strength 1 for Fire Temple, for Minuet for Epona's. So Epona's is the deepest thing we had, and that was one of the 2 checks that was locked behind Epona's, and sure enough, there's our next progression.
Yeah, that makes sense. But... oh, sorry.
The next question is, do we set up a bet for light arrows?
Yeah, but I wouldn't even think about it, and I'd bet they are in Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
But we can do it, yeah.
I mean, there's still a chance for Caesar to come back. There's always that chance of light arrows in my castle, and if Strength 3 becomes a thing, then Troll-Faced Engage, and you know where Strength 3 is going to be in a seed like this. It's going to be Adult Spirit.
Well, I think it's a good thing for Caesar now that he's gonna get locked out of Spirit here, so he might think about it, about the opponent checks before going Child. It's not likely, but let's see.
But yeah, so again, because we're missing light arrows, we are in glow mode. I'll close this when we, either when we find them or when we get to Ganon's castle. But betting has now been reopened. Please tell us where you think light arrows are. And yes, Toad, Big Post had the Din's fire.
Well, let's see now how much of a time that Oximan can gain here on Caesar by finding that Dean's fire early. It seems like Caesar is indeed going to Child Spirit. You can't blame him on that, but yeah, it's gonna cost him some time.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? There's a lot of really bad locations for light arrows. Keep in mind, we still have no Ruto's letter.
Yeah, that's also a thing.
What if it says Jabu Jabu's belly? We need to
Oh my
find
God.
we need to find Ruto's letter for that.
Yeah, there's definitely still some potential for excitement. So don't go to sleep on this one yet.
Yeah.
This is not in the bag.
Don't go nowhere. Don't adjust your TV sets. All of the excitement is still yet to come. It could be in Water Temple as well, which means that Caesar Martin has a slight advantage because they've already done a lot of it. Okay, they haven't full cleared it, but they've done a lot of it. We still have a few checks in Water Temple left. We've got Spirit Temple, we've got Shadow Temple, we've got my castle, outside my castle. Lax is also a good point, it could be vanilla.
Well, I may have seen less seeds than you guys, but I swear I never saw in my life Light Arrows Vanilla playing or watching OTR. So this might be a first, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've actually seen it a few times, but it's always I don't know. It's not always a good thing when you find them there. If you feel like you're behind, you really want Light Arrows to be somewhere stupid so that you have more chance for your opponent to get lost doing checks that maybe you've checked already.
Yeah.
Yeah, get those bets, keep those bets coming, nice and quickly. This race is yet to be finished. There's not really much to talk about whilst we see these checks, so...
Yeah, unless Light Arrows shows up somewhere or Ruto's shows up. I mean, really, if you're cheering for Caesar, you want nothing to show up in Shadow Temple. No Rutos, no nothing, no Strength 3, no Light Arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can point out that this room that Oximan has done right now, for me, it's one of the worst rooms in the game. It never seems that I can do this fast enough. It seems so slow. I never found the setup to do this like faster. Like you have the keys so far away from each other, and you have the light in the middle, and you have to wait for the light animation for the door to open. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I've played with that room a fair amount, and there's like a bunch of variations on how to do it. There's like a bomb shoe strat that you can do, some people like, but actually, if your aim is reasonably decent with the bow, it's actually fastest just to use the bow to shoot the keys and then shoot the like twice. And the reason that it's so much faster, well, not so much faster, but it's a little faster, is because while you're waiting for the like death animation to play, you can actually run all the way to the door, and by the time you get to the door is about to open. But if you do the bomb shoe strat, you get to the door, but you still have to wait for the like to die before it opens, so you kind of have some wasted time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I tested it. It saves about 5 seconds to use the bow if you have pretty decent aim.
Okay, so I'm gonna start working on my aim.
Yeah, remember, you can shoot the light twice with the bow, so it's you don't need to run close to him.
I found that because my aiming was really bad when I was playing on emulator, I ended up switching over to Wii Virtual Console, and I found that actually helped quite a bit. So
I'll omit my thoughts on VC.
Hmm?
Dirty VC cheaters.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Why are we cheaters?
Yeah, the time save. You get all the free time save from your silly fast loading. I'm just being grumpy. Don't listen to me. It's a nice job by. Sorry, nice job by Oximan setting Furor's win. That's the fastest way to do this next room.
Yeah. You do know that resetting on VC is slower compared to emulator.
Yes, but the loading between the rooms is faster. It ends up saving usually about 2 to 3 minutes over an emulator run, assuming you get Prelude in the seed. Which in this seed you don't.
We also something good to sort of comment about is the fact that one of our runners, CesarMartins, is using VC, whereas Oximan is on emulator. So you can see the difference in the load times and the reset times. So
Nice job grabbing that key and Furorzing out. You can actually use a Bombchu in that room to do it a little bit faster, but you have to memorize the timing. And there is Strength 3, so the Light Trial Dream is dead. I think pretty much the only hope for Caesar is now Rudo's letter being somewhere silly.
yeah, so if we see Jabu Jabu's Belly, Zora Fountain, Zora Domain to some extent, and Ice Cavern, then CesarMartins might have a chance.
Zora's Domain, unfortunately, would not help, because even if it was on KZ, we do have the Giant's Wallet, so Oxyman would have the ability to buy Blue Fire in the shop for 300 rupees and freeze the big man.
Yep.
Or unfreeze the big man.
Yeah, unfreeze. We don't want to completely freeze him up.
When you have access to Ganon's trials, you can also get Blue Fire from Water Trial, so you don't even need the wallets in this case.
True.
Yep, that's even smarter than what I said.
I once saw one of my friends doing that. Shoutouts to him.
Now here's a good question. If we find a small key killing these Gyptos, do we do the last checks of Shadow Temple? Or do we put Furor's wind up and just orphan them?
I think you do, because you really want to leave your Furors next to Ganondorf. I don't think, like, if you risk checking Ganon's and Ganon say, oh, it's Shadow Temple, then you have to waste your Furors, go back there, and then walk all the way back up the tower.
What you could do is you could set your Furors in Shadow Temple. You then save before setting up your Furors at the top of Ganon's tower. If Ganondorf says that they're in Shadow Temple, you just reset. If he says that they are anywhere else, you save and then reset.
Yeah, that's the optimized strat. That's kind of an advanced one, but it is something that you should definitely do if you have Furor's Wind. Unfortunately, in this seed, it looks like it's probably not going to come into play, because we need a key from the back area anyway, but that is definitely the right way to do it if you have Furor's. You want to abuse that trick of being able to kind of set 2 Furor's locations at the same time and then have the option to save. And that's something that can be useful in GTG as well. And I had a seed pretty recently that I was able to save a lot of time, where it ended up being Strength 3 required for light arrows, and I was able to salvage a Furor's Wind set in GTG, which was like my last major location that saved me a bunch of time using that technique.
Where was Big Pose? Ethan, it was on 10 Big Pose.
Big Pose was on Big Pose, and Dins, well, Dins.
Yeah, about the for our situation, I came up with this kind of like, oh, I want to leave Farors there just to check if light arrows might be there, and saved before setting the Farors and waited for the Ganons. But I thought that for this situation specifically, it was not much worth it because you can do the checks here like pretty fast. But who am I? I didn't even time it. So if you're saying that it's faster, I believe it.
Well, so doing these, if there's no key back here, doing these checks is going to cost you about like maybe 2 minutes or so, maybe a little less, rather than just going to Bongo.
Lighthouses!
Oh,
Lighthouse and Spirit
Now then.
Temple.
Wow. Okay.
so that might work out because Caesar really can't go much deeper into Spirit. If he finds Dins, then just by process of elimination, then maybe it could still be close. But he's got to leave like right now. I mean, he doesn't have mirror shield to do any more checks.
Yeah, I don't know why is he coming back here.
I think he's going to do the child side
Oh,
check.
that's right.
But I think that's pretty much it. But I mean, Oximan is going to have to clear like all of Spirit Temple to find those lights. Like they're in the worst location, and he's going to really have to sweat it out too, because he might think that the light arrows end up mirror shield locked. So it's going to be a pretty scary thing for him, and he might even have to go Child to do the keys in Child Spirit to unlock Adult. So there's a small window where if Caesar is able to big brain into big pose, we could still have a really close finish.
Yeah, that's right.
Results of the betting. The winner of that bet was yourself, Alugachua, with the Spirit Temple prediction. Second, and I want to stress this is a close second, is actually for the win. They said Top of Spirit. It's not quite Top of Spirit, but it is close to the Top of Spirit.
It's the next door neighbor.
It's the next door neighbour. Yeah, we can clear those.
Thank you, Price is Right, for inspiring me for this very, very safe bet.
Yeah, I was really thinking Shadow here, so yeah, I lost this one.
Well, I put chess minigames, so
Ooh, and Oxyman, I think, forgot to store a jump slash, which is why he did all those crouch stabs, but didn't get the kill, because I think he's done enough crouch stabs, but he doesn't have the right damage loaded.
only 8 has been done so far.
Okay, maybe he was one short. Looks like he was one short. All right, Caesar, this is your last chance. Where are you going? You don't have that many checks left.
Yeah, he's really lost here. He doesn't know what to do. Well,
It's basically domain and pose, I think, and deep water. That's it.
that's exactly it.
What happens if Deep Water ends up giving you Ruto's letter and only
Oh, no.
Ruto's letter?
Okay,
He's heading in the right direction.
we might have a chance.
So if he does this right now, the big thing that's going to make this close is Oxyman is going to have to go to Ganon's castle, and then I think he didn't do Child Spirit. So he's going to have to change age to go Child Spirit, change age again to come back to Adult Spirit, and then use fours to come back. So,
I'm sorry, Tunic.
yeah, here we go.
Man, Caesar has 4 arrows. Please don't miss.
Oh, I'm holding my breath. Oh, the last arrow, we got it!
Using up all of the arrows, but Caesar Martins snipes that big Poe. Gotta dump a fish though to pick it up, but that's fine. But yes, they're going to get their Din's fire.
Yeah, so as Elagachi was saying, I think Oximan already did Adult Spirit and knew he was child locked, so yeah, he will go immediately child after having a chat with Ganondorf.
But the question is, do you try and find your Mirror Shield first, or do you just push Spirit Temple in the hopes that it's either not Mirror Shield locked, or you find your Mirror Shield anyway?
Oh, at this point, I think rushing Mirror is... there are too many checks available without Mirror Shield. I wouldn't do that, at least. I would go straight for Spirit.
There's only 3 checks that Mirror Shield locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no matter what, you always are going to have to go Child Spirit first to get a key, to get any deeper. So in this case, having Furor's Wind makes it kind of a no-brainer. You always just clear as much as you can in Spirit. If you don't find something, you can just Furor's back to Ganon's castle and reset Furor's, and then start checking Life Trial for that Mirror Shield.
Yeah, or checking outside Ganon's castle, or checking chest minigame, or any of these different ideas. But yes, we are in Go mode. Caesar Martins is in Go mode. Oximan is only in Glow mode, but we'll see who is actually going to be the faster of the two.
This is going to be actually really close. This is an odd situation where, yeah, Oxyman is in Ganon's castle, but he's got to work pretty hard for those light arrows, and Caesar is in full go, so he knows he's just got to finish the seed as quickly as possible, and it's close enough that, you know, even with my experience, I can't convincingly say, like, who's actually going to clutch this out, considering we know that the light arrows are in the last check in Spirit if you go with the normal route, and there's a child trip and an adult trip required. So you're going to want to have to stay here till the finish to see who's going to end up winning this, because I don't know, and we know all the information we're ever gonna.
Yes, also, a little late at the 3-hour mark.
3 hour, and Caesar did a really nice fight here with the Dead Hand.
I didn't know that you could charge the Master Sword twice and get the quick kill like that. That's pretty cool. I might steal that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing that I like to do, and I think I also saw this in speedruns, is that you do the first crouch stab into the Dead Hand, and then you do a normal slash. Then you immediately charge your spin attack, and by the time that he gets orange, you release the spin attack, so it's the timing that the Dead Hand goes, like, I don't know, you can hit him. And because you did that horizontal slash, he stays at a health that he doesn't go back down, so you can just jump slash again on him and just have to do one charge attack with the Master Sword.
Yes, I think Gavaroni, shoutouts to Gavaroni, was the one who first popularized that different method of doing the regular slash second. As Octaman gets a little bit of hug for encouragement as he heads back to the Temple of Time to clear Child Spirit.
Oh, and he's walking also. Is this faster than leaving Ganon's tower in the setting? I really
No, he could have saved a little bit of time if he had just warped anywhere and then save quit. And for Fidel, he was in front of Ganon, but he does not have light arrows, and unfortunately, he needs them. When you go talk to Ganondorf and you don't have the light arrows, he will helpfully tell you the zone in which they are, Unfortunately, it's in Spirit Temple, and Oxyman knows that he does not have a key for Spirit Temple in the adult side, and he is going to have to go child to get a small key, and then go back adult and actually find the light arrows, while Caesar Martins can just mindlessly clear Shadow Temple and go straight to Ganondorf in one trip with no bumps along the way. And that is why we don't know who's going to win, even though we know where all the items are. This is going to be a really close finish, and it's anybody's race to win.
Yeah, this really might come down to execution, like how much time Caesar can gain here or lose in Shadow by clearing it, and the same goes for Oximan and Spirit. Like the optimizations here really can count on the final result.
So the spirit check that has lights is the boss key chest. So if you do a normal route, that is basically the last key. So it's going to be really scary for Oxyman as he continues checking all of the chests that do not have light arrows and wondering, do I need that mirror shield? Do I need that mirror shield? Before getting let off the hook at the last minute. And Oxyman having a little bit of trouble with the boomerang there. Fortunately, he's able to hit it there, but like we've been saying, execution is going to play a big part in this, and I really do think that the player who's going to execute more clean the rest of the way is going to take the win.
You need to be correct when it comes to where you need to go, but also your execution is useful to have a good look into.
I don't remember where the last key of Shadow was. If it's in the Inspire room or the Invisible Maze.
I want to say the Inspire room.
So Caesar is only missing that Shadow Medallion. That's the only thing he's missing. He is in full go mode. He's just got to finish this dungeon as quickly as possible and skedaddle up to Ganondorf and bring him down. And he won't have to deal with any Furor's Wind or searching, and that's really all he's got to worry about, is do it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so Oximan taking the owl back right now, so at this point might really come down to what route does he do in Spirit. If he rushes the child side like Caesar did, or if he goes straight for the left side, the boss key chest. This might make a difference.
I will be like that.
Okay.
So something working in Oxyman's favor, though, is he does have that Furor's Wind at the top of Ganon's castle, so as soon as he's able to find those lights, he's going to snap his fingers and be right at Ganondorf's gate, while Caesar is going to have to climb all the way up Ganon's castle to get there. And additionally, Caesar has to ride that boat, and the boat is slow.
Damn boat. But I don't think we can complain here, and neither the players. This has been an awesome race. Like, it was really back and forth. Like one player taking the lead, the other overtaking, and so on for numerous times. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We may see soon who wins and loses this race, but both did pretty well. And yeah, I think I hope everyone liked the race and the comments.
It's been a real pleasure to cast this one because both of the runners I think are very evenly matched, and their execution levels are pretty similar. So it's been very close throughout, and there's been a lot of like difficult decisions that they've had to make, and we've been able to see the results of that. And I hope if you're in the chat watching this exciting conclusion that you learned something new, and that you'll come back and watch some more races during this tournament.
Oh yeah, dude. I thank you for being here today. I really appreciated all your commentary. It was I learned a lot of stuff. Definitely. So thank you very much. I really enjoyed being here today.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure casting with you. And we're getting into the final moments here as we've got the center room in Spirit. One thing to be watching out for is, will Oximan choose to do the Silver Gauntlets chest and the Silver Rupees room on the right side, or will he go straight over to the left side where we know the white arrows will be? If he does do the left side first, he's going to save a little bit of time.
Okay, so I have returned.
Welcome back. And meanwhile, Caesar nailed the strat of the fan room in shadow, back walking. That was really nice. He he struggles with that a lot, that strat a little bit. So it's nice to see him nailing it on the race.
I missed that one. Did he do the side hop to enter the room at an angle?
I think so.
That's good. That's a little trick that I learned reasonably recently. I think Namaha was the one who came up with it, although maybe I'm wrong. But basically, if you enter that fan room while you are facing the left, you're basically not looking directly at the door. It has an effect on when the fans load, and to make a long story short, it gives you like an extra 2 or 3 seconds in the cycle before the fans start spinning to push you off, and it makes it a lot more lenient getting through that room without having any issues getting blown to the edge.
Yeah, we have a group of Brazilians that normally hang out together and play OTR. Caesar is one of them. But we have another player, like he must be in chat right now. It's Ice9TM. The guy is he's been like practicing like crazy the execution stuff. So he learned a lot of stuff by I think watching other people and bringing it to us. So shout outs to him. And then we always learn a lot of stuff execution wise because he brings us those tricks.
Looks like Oximan is in the left side first, so that's good news for him. That's going to save him a solid probably 2 minutes or so, assuming that he routes those checks to the end and doesn't skip boss key to check the right side.
It seems like we're being a bit paid off by not trying to find that mirror shield first and just pushing for Spirit Temple. We know that it's towards the end of Spirit Temple, but
yeah, and Baboom has a very good point. Something that you might do here in this situation is loop over to the child side using long shot, and then he might end up getting baited into the Silver Rupee room as well. So he might actually end up doing the full loop, and that's going to make this even closer because Caesar is getting very close to done with Shadow, and it's going to be a little tight.
The advantage that Oximan has, however, is that Oximan has done the tower. They just need to do.
Yeah.
They just need to beat Ganondorf and then save Pig.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it exciting though.
This is definitely an exciting race. Like,
Okay, he's going back, so he's gonna find his light arrows pretty soon here.
you can always, as a worst case scenario, just, you know, go back as child. We've got spare keys.
So this is really good by Oximan. He's really paying attention. He's got 2 keys in hand now, but he knows by process of elimination. Actually, he doesn't know necessarily. There's a good chance by process of elimination that that there's a key in that Silver Rupees room, because he's still missing 1 key.
Has Oximan done the map chest, the firelock chest in the lobby?
I believe so. He has fire arrows equipped.
Then he knows that it has to be there because there can't be the final key up here.
Yeah, that's true.
5 keys.
Right. This chest can definitely not be a key, so that's why it's better to check here first. And sure enough, he's rewarded with the light arrows, probably breathing a huge sigh of relief that he does not have to try and find the mirror shield, because we were getting close to that point. But he is done, and assuming no shenanigans on Ganondorf, it looks like he's gonna slip ahead here as he needs to figure out the right door to go through, but looks like Oximan has got this in hand.
I think he wanted to farm some magic, but he can't go back the door.
Well, there's one way down to find magic.
Yeah.
Only one way down.
And
Yeah,
that's
that's-
by going down.
Yep, do the climb of shame.
It's not necessarily a climb of shame.
I always forget if the refill here before the Ganondorf fight is only health or if it's health and magic.
Is only health.
Only health.
Only health. Okay.
You do not get magic from Ganondorf.
Okay, now he will need magic, I think.
Yeah, it's close.
It's close. You might be able to fire the light arrows.
Oh, he's not. He has to farm. Oh man.
It's fine. There's magic down here.
Yeah.
We know it's fine, but boy, Oximan.
Oximan is
Yeah.
probably panicking. There we go. We got magic. Just climb back up. Or even hookshot back up.
Oh no!
No.
No! I think you guys were a bit ahead then because I didn't see it until.
Yeah, I was watching the wrong stream.
Yeah.
Spoiled the shenanigans.
Joys of being the V streamer. You have 0 lag between what happens and what you guys see because you're streaming it in real time.
Alright, Oximan has brought down Ganondorf, and it's time for the pig, and once the bacon is served, Oximan will be free of this pretty challenging seed that required almost the entire game cleared, to be honest. So we only missed the Ruto's letter stuff and Water Temple. That's about all you could get away with skipping, but everything else was required.
Yeah, this seed was by no means simple. I don't know. Did we have anything in bottom of the well? I don't remember right now.
Bomb bag.
Oh, the bomb bag. Okay, yeah. So definitely everything else was kind of required.
Yeah, we missed 2 hints. We did not get all of our hints. So 2 of these Simple hints, we don't know where they are.
Yeah, maybe some Storm's Grotto in Hired Castle.
Yeah, as Afterlife has just kindly done for us, at any time, use exclamation mark schedule or exclamation mark F, or just head straight to scrubs.zeldaspeedruns.com. You'll get to see the schedule, as well as any races that are being restreamed, and where. You can also feel free to join us on the Discord, the link of which is in the chat right now, and if you want to, join the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord as well.
Okay, Oximan here, pretty close to GG. He's trying the jump slash strat. It's kind of hard because you have a small window to change the camera and also nail the jump slash. He's going for the light arrow stun, which is a nice backup.
Yep. Always nice to, light arrows to stun Ganon. Really useful.
I love the bomb shoe strat for the Knuckles by Caesar. That's great.
Yeah, that's
It's a beautiful
that's the
strat,
thing.
but
Yeah.
get your GGs in chat.
GG's Oximan.
Yeah, GG's. This is a close one in the end. It's only going to be about a 3-minute difference between first and second.
Yeah, really, really close.
I think, unfortunately, that water temple dip ended up being the difference, but still a really well-played race.
But Oximan has finished in first place with a time of 3 hours, 23 minutes and 18 seconds.
Yeah, Caesar might finish it here, because why not?
Yeah.
So close. Or maybe not. He stopped.
He was
No.
saying GG's in the chat to
No,
Oximan.
okay. I have a question. Do we have access to the spoiler log after the
No,
race?
we do not. Because
Oh,
of it being a
damn.
dev build.
I'm really curious to where Mirror Shield and Brutal's Ladder were.
Meanwhile, we are joined by Oximan. Oximan, GG's, mate.
GG, hello.
Hello, man. Nicely done. Well played.
Thanks.
The seed was very, very close, actually. We see Caesar is on Ganondorf right now, and you really managed to big brain the big pose play. What made you prioritize that one?
That was my last check in adult outside of Water Temple. So it was do big pose and go child and do spirit. That was my plan.
I think we're all distracted watching Caesar getting punked by Ganondorf a little bit. Hopefully you can bring it on home.
When you saw the light arrow hint saying that you could find my light arrows in the Spirit Temple, were you panicking that you may need to find the Mirror Shield?
Yes, and it got worse and worse as I kept getting checks, and I couldn't find those light arrows.
Yeah, Caesar actually did entirety of Spirit, at least what he could, before finding Din, so he had light arrows before going to Ganon.
I was going to, but I was key locked out of adult side.
Yeah.
So I did those first two checks and I dipped. And then that's when I did big pose.
What do you think of the logic of this seed? It was pretty confusing from our end. We were able to sort it out, but it's another thing trying to figure it out while being in the middle of the race. So how did you do with that?
Logic, oh boy. I know like 2 wafts or scales, so you can do diving in the lab for the long shot, which was waft.
Yep.
Where GTG. That was like, and then I think Iron Boots were off because of GTG key logic.
It's actually
Oh,
Requiem as the other.
No, that's right.
No, you're absolutely right. It's Way of the Hero for the toilet.
Yeah, there was 2 Cackway the heroes. So I'm like, it's Requiem, and I'm guessing Iron Boots.
What
Those
about
were-
but the hammer is also needed.
Oh, the hammer.
Yeah, the hammer.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't even figure that out on Restream. I kind of blanked on that one. So you're right. All of the 3 items that were in double Way of the Hero CAC ended up actually being Way of the Hero.
And I don't remember what the last waft was.
Cat was double.
Half was double. It was Hylia, Lake Hylia, right to the long shot into the 2 scales. And Kokiri Forest and DMC.
DMC.
Yeah, exactly. It was those 4 Way of the Heroes with Kakariko double.
Yeah. And I was so happy when I found both strengths in GTG.
Yeah, we were starting to wonder where are those strengths? Like Caesar was doing fire while we were doing GTG, and he found magic there, which was strength lock. So yeah, we were kind of confused, but then those strengths showed up and everything made sense.
And I love the early Cuckoos having a big bronze sword. And that was great.
Yeah, I was thinking that either you or Caesar would have gone and done chickens to get that big oil sword, because it's just, even though it's a 2-minute check, it's still a time save in the long run.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, does the time equal out? And I just said no. I took the risk.
Yeah, because if you think about it, I think Bigaro, okay, it saves time overall, but bosses wise, it would be useful in this suit. Mostly for Phantom Gano and Bongo,
Yeah,
I think.
Bongo,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe Ganondorf, but not much else.
Yeah, I would have 1 cycled them instead of 2 cycles, but
Did you know that you can actually get locked out of GTG if you try to reverse Wasteland without having opened the gate?
I forgot. I knew it could happen. I
Oh.
just forgot I didn't open the gate. I went there and went, oops, forgot about that.
Yeah, it could have almost saved you some time because you ended up having to go the other way around with Epona, and that kind of led you to big pose.
That's when I was just doing single checks for looking for those dins.
Well, be ready to put those GGs in the chats as CesarMartins has finished with a time of 3 hours, 29 minutes and 30 seconds. GGs to them.
Yeah, it was a really exciting finish because we knew where lights were on Restream because Caesar had gotten them, but he was starting Shadow Temple right as you were beginning your climb in Ganon's castle, and so it was really unclear to us who was actually going to come out on top because Caesar was in full go mode, but you had to go to Child to get keys and then come back to Adult before being able to force back to Ganon.
Alright.
And CesarMartins will be joining us for an interview in just a little bit.
I was just hoping that the hint wasn't something like Ice Cavern or Jabba where I need to find a letter. That's what I was hoping. Or fountain.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping that there might be some excitement added on to the end of the stream, but unfortunately, no dice. I have a feeling that letter is going to end up in Light Trial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell me about that Forest Temple route. I've never seen that before. That was really cool.
3 key force. It's helpful when you have foolish force. You only need 3 small keys.
Can you do that with hook shot only, or does it have to be long shot to get up there?
You can use hook shot.
Interesting.
You climb up to the little island and you hit the hook. You hit the scarecrow.
Nice.
Did you have boss key already at that point, or did that route still
Boss
get
key
you
was
up?
like second chest. It was first Stolfos room, I believe.
So can you only do that when you get an early boss key?
You can do it anytime you want. It's just you need to find your boss key and 3 small keys, and you're good. It's also quicker because it skips the platform room where you have to shoot the torch and hit the ice switch. That's what it skips.
Nice. Unfortunately, the restream did not get to see that. Stream went down whilst you were both in Forest Temple.
So they missed my first try in 3 key 4.
Yeah.
It was still awesome, though. I didn't miss it.
It usually takes me 2 or 3 tries, but I was so happy when I got it first try.
But yes, we're now also joined by CesarMartins. GG, Caesar.
Hello, thank you so much. And GG, Oximan.
GG, Caesar.
What was I gonna say? The dance fire. In a place not hinted, nothing. We don't have upon a song as Sweep the Hero. We don't have any bow as Sweep the Hero. We have the full world open to find the dance fire. Damn.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a tough break, and I think that there's a chance that you might have had to route that in. I think, Caesar, you were the one who did fire before GTG, but you had a chance to visit Minuet to pick up Epona song before going to GTG. I think you ended up just going reverse Wasteland instead. It wasn't a wrong play, but there was an opportunity where you could have potentially routed in Big Poe on the way over to GTG, and it just ended up not working out.
Yeah, and the problem was with Forest Temple Baron. Well, I just want to go there, beef and Gana, get out, you know? So I take the Forest Temple for the last, but when I went to the Forest Temple to think what to do. While I was inside Forest Temple, I was thinking, man, what am I gonna do after I get out of here? Where to go, you know?
Yeah,
it's a really good way to think about it. That's something that you always want to take any downtime you have to plan your next move, because sometimes the information can come at you really quickly, and so sometimes it's just a matter of having a well thought out plan about where to check.
Yeah, and pick up the songs. Always rush the songs.
Yeah,
and that's the point. Ugh. Oh my god.
Oh, that happens, man. So you don't have to feel bad about it. It was a really close match. Like, it was back and forth all the time. Sometimes you were ahead, sometimes Oximan was ahead. And yeah. So I don't think neither of you has to feel like bad about this. It happens, someone has to win, but you two clearly seem like we're both on the same level.
All right.
Yeah. We were tied to qualify with the same number of points.
Yeah. It was a really fun race to watch. It was really close up until the end, and it did come down to Oximan had all 6 medallions, but were missing the light arrows. Caesar, you had the light arrows, but you had yet to do Shadow, and you had to find Dins.
Oh my! I did water always full, almost full cleared. Spirits full cleared, less the mirror checks.
Yeah.
So many times spend it, you know.
I was gonna do Adult Spirit before Big Pose, but I was key locked, so that's when I did Big Pose, got the Dins, and did Shadow, and then I got the hint.
You had the hint. Yeah. I don't have the hint.
I got the Light Arrows hint, and I went Child Spirit, and went back Adult. and I just got nervous because I didn't have mirror shield and I couldn't find those
Me
fights.
too. Me too. But the problem was where'd you go?
Yep.
Make some isolated checks, or go to Spirit. We have a bunch of items, and who knows what can appear.
Yep.
That was, I think.
Yeah, having those ambiguous way of the heroes in Kakariko certainly doesn't help too, because you have Requiem, you had Iron
Hammer.
Boots.
And hammer.
The hammer, you know it's required, but the other two, you just start thinking about,
Yeah, it was. Well, I also thought Requiem would, since Requiem took me straight to ZL. I figured maybe that's why it was way of the hero.
Yeah,
And the problem
was one
is in Kakariko. I found 3 hints of Kakariko with the hero, so it was double.
It was double.
And it was the lance in 30 schools and the hammer.
The hammer, the lens was hinted, so it can't be way of the hero.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's true.
I was collecting skulls up to 28 because I was afraid of seeing Market has my light arrows. I kept collecting skulls.
I just thought when I pick up the light arrows in Spirit Temple, so it's not in market. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, there was a huge gap most of the time in schools between the two of you. Like Oximan at one point had like 16 and Caesar had 7. And at the point that the seed started bottlenecking, then Caesar realized that, oh man, I must get those skulls back, because they might come back at me. So he rushed 20, and it was nothing, but both of you seemed concerned about those lands in 30, but that's pretty reasonable. You know it's required for Shadow in the settings, but always had that chance for that trolley market.
Yep.
See, the schools are very hard for me.
Do we have any more questions from my co-commentators, or does chat have any questions that they want to ask our 2 amazing runners? Because if not, I do have 2 questions myself, and then we'll wrap up.
Fine, go for it. I think I've spilled my brains already.
Okay,
yeah, same.
So let's go over and have a look at the Group S bracket. And as we can see, so Oximan, you have your next match will either be against Giraxo or EgoDev. Who would you rather face?
They're both going to be good matchups. So in this case, I'll go for the lower seed, but they're both going to be tough.
And CesarMartins, I believe you're also facing one of those 2 people. So who would you rather face?
I don't want to play against EgoDev. No, not again. Not again.
Yeah, those 2 have a history.
Yeah, not again. I played against EgoDev, I guess 2 months ago in another tournament, and we stayed very close. But again, not again. Not again. Not now.
Okay, and my final question then. So throughout the seed, we have a command which is a random number generator. It's a bit of fun, but it says how bullshit the seed is. In your playing the seed on a scale of from 0 to 100, how bullshit do you think that seed was?
For me, 65%. Because that Fire in a place unhinted, and the items and the songs unhinted, why in Big Balls? We have full GTG, we have full Spirit Temple, we have full Water Temple, all opened, And why in big pools?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with something high, 75, 80. It was the way the heroes were all led to one thing, and
Yeah.
big pose. You got.
Nah,
It was
nah,
just.
it's a bad check.
It was.
The bot disagrees. The bot says that on average it was 33% bullshit.
I'm say the bot is about 100% bullshit.
Okay, so to wrap things up, just going to quickly ask who we're raiding after this. Some upcoming races. So currently going on, we have Jojo versus Chemo. This is a Group S race. That's currently going on. And I don't know when that's finishing. Coming up in approximately an hour. An hour and 20 minutes, I should say. Is it an hour? No, it's not. Coming up in about 20 minutes. We have a Group B match, Rolo versus Rillick. This is not being restreamed, but as always, you can head on over to the Discord. You can join the Discord, and we will post a multi-stream link for you to be able to watch, as well as a watch party. However, our next stream is coming up in about an hour's time. We have Cloud versus Kits in our Group B match. And then later on tonight, we have a nice late stream, a nice evening stream for you Americans, a late stream for the Europeans, as at 11 o'clock Universal Time Zone, 7 PM Eastern Time, we have our Group D match between Happy Pembles and OPB. But that's not all that's coming up. We do, however, have other matches. As we switch on over, on Tuesday, September 1st, we have a Group C match between Andols and Lefty. That will be at 4 PM Universal Time Zone, or at midday Eastern. Then on Saturday, September 5th, we have a race at 12 PM Universal Time, 8 AM on the East Coast. This is a Group S match. This is the Ego Dev versus Gyraxo match. So our runners today, just now, will know who their opponent is for the next time. Also on Saturday, at 7 PM Universal Time Zone, 3 PM Eastern, we have our winners bracket round 2 match from Group X, Mr. Carp versus Johnny Game Show. It'll be quite a battle of the fish. And then finally, on Sunday, September 6th, at 2:30 PM Universal Time Zone, 10:30 AM Eastern Time, we have Bitsy versus Millibug in some Group C action. As always, !S or !schedule will let you see the schedule, as well as going directly to scrubs.zeldaspeedruns.com. Finally, I want to give some special shout outs and thanks to our trackers, who are Diggers and Zorro. A big GG to the runners CesarMartins12 and Oximan. And of course, a thank you to my co-commentators Furlim and Elegachua. We're going to raid the Silver Gauntlets. Thank you for raiding us, Caesar Martins. And from myself, from the rest of the runners, from the rest of the commentators, and from everyone in Scrub Central, until next time.
See ya.
See ya, guys.
Okay, they can't hear us.